Hi guys, how are you today? This is a video for a general tip and trick. I will give you all the information and I have for you for your Retrobeast. If you buy the HDD, if you buy the PC, whatever the reason, I will show you around everything I know about the Retrobeast. If you have problem, you can watch this video. I will explain almost every aspect of the Retrobeast, about the hardware, about the software, about the controller, about the window, about the update, about anything I know so far. Because some people, when I explain, they told me that if it got you should do a video about this, about that. So this is a general fix and trick and a few tips for you guys. So let's talk about the hardware. Okay, this is the Retrobeast on sale. This is the Retrobeast that most people got. It's a PC, of course. I will show you how to plug and everything. So now I'm going to talk about hardware. So most people, they will have a Orico bay and the PC, all right? And when you first plug it, I'm going to show you on the back. Okay, the Orico bay, it's very simple. You have the Type-C for the data and the plug for the power, and you have a power button, all right? So now you see it's off. And the cable goes on the back of the PC, on the motherboard. Every HDD you plug on your PC should be on the USB in the back of your PC. Do not use the front. The front USB is good for the Xbox dongle, or if you want to plug a fast USB to transfer data, stuff like that. But or peripheral if you need to plug dongle. But the best place to plug anything on your PC is the back of the PC. Okay, so you can choose any port, and if you need to plug another USB dongle or anything, choose another slot. Never share the same slot. All right, use the other one. This one is for your LAN cable. Those two is the antenna for the antenna for the Wi-Fi. You got the HDMI on the video card. All right. Do not plug the HDMI on the motherboard because it's not gonna work. All right. Always plug your HDMI on the graphic card. You also have a display port if you need to plug on a monitor. By the way, if you buy my PC, I will include a HDMI. Do not use your old HDMI. Why? Because you can almost break your video card. If you use an old HDMI, I always use 2.0 or 2.1 version HDMI. So use my cable. If you want to change or upgrade for a longer or whatever cable, use a 2.0 or 2.1 version HDMI. There is no switch on the power, so if you need to open your PC, let's say to install Windows, whatever the reason, you need to unplug. Always unplug your PC before, because even if you shut down the PC, you still have power on the motherboard. So if you need to change some part of modification, always unplug the power here. The two USB here are good for a keyboard and mouse. Those two. The HDMI and DisplayPort on the motherboard is not used. Use the graphic card. And when you power on your PC, always power on the bay, the Orico bay before. You will see power. Everything is plugged, and you just power on. And you open your TV or monitor before. This is the wireless charger for the your phone, so you can just put your phone there. This is a wireless charger, very good. And if you want to change the RGB color, I'm going to show you. I know it's power on, but I'm just going to show you. If you check, there's a mini plug there, a mini adapter. If you press on it, you will change color pattern. You can put it blue, yellow, and there is some other pattern. There is a switch for the RGB color pattern inside. All right. All right. And this is click, just push it, and it's very easy. And those two screws on this side, when it's power off, you open it. If you want to change your M.2 SSD, or you want to reflash the M.2, it's very easy. You just unplug the M.2. I have a video anyway about that. You plug on another PC and you install. It's very easy, but I have a video for that. So if you need to, if you buy, let's say you buy my fifth drive, shut down your PC, shut down the Orico, and plug your new HDD, power on your Orico and power on your PC. So it's going to be plug and play. Okay, let's talk about some tips and tricks in the PC. Okay, another trick. Also, you can boot your controller before booting the Retrobeast, because sometimes if you open the controller after, it's gonna work in game, but some feature not gonna work, like quit Retrobeast and stuff like that. You can quit Retrobeast with this one, or the L2 and select to quit. I have two functions to quit any game, any Retrobeast. It's always L2 and select. And if it's not gonna work, you press the home button. I'm gonna boot Retrobeast. I'm gonna show you on a keyboard. I'm gonna show you if you want to quit on a keyboard. See, it's running now. If you want to quit on a keyboard, it's escape. All right. And talking about keyboard, you can enter is 1 and back is 3. So let's say I'm in pinball, I press 1. So we go in pinball. If you want to go back, you press 3. Just some trick I can show you. Okay. Another tips I can show you is for people that update the Retrobeast and they got the old version, the automatic boot will stop working. It's an easy fix. I'm going to show you. You open the folder. You go to the Retrobeast 316 terabyte, the D drive. You open Retrobeast 64 coin up. And you will see the name Retrobeast 2, not the copy one, the Retrobeast 2. You right click with the mouse. Wait a second, I have to fix my earbud. Okay, you right click Retrobeast 2 and you choose send to desktop, all right? You go to your C drive, Retrobeast C drive, you go to user, you go to your username if you don't have my my OS drive, but everybody should have my OS drive. It's called Daniel Hyperspin 1. You go to app data. If you don't see that folder, it's a hidden folder. You need to go to view. And you have three options there, very useful. Hidden item, you check it. Find name extension, you can check it, that's good. And item checkbox, so you check those three boxes. So you go on any folder and window, you click view, and you check item checkbox, find name extension, and hidden files. All right? So now you will see in user Daniel Hyperspin, you will see add data. You go to roaming, you go to Microsoft, you go to window, you go to start menu, program, and startup. See, it's already there. So what you do is right click the icon you create on the desktop, cut, right click where I show you now in the startup folder and paste. Now it says it's gonna replace it. That's the automatic booting place. Okay, after that, double check. I'm gonna show you a trick. We will go to Task Manager. It's CTLR at the same time, Alt and Delete. All right. So you press CTLR, Alt and Delete. Now you will have the option of Task Manager. This is good to know because sometimes you need that to, if you need to close some application that's running and you cannot close an application, you choose the application you want to stop and you end task. That's good to know. So if you have an application and you're running game that it's fixed and you have a black screen and nothing happened on your window, you can reboot your window, or you can just click CTRL, Alt and Delete at the same time, and you can shut down the application from here. Okay, if you go to Task Manager Startup, see Retrobeast status is enabled. So if you have problem to boot your Retrobeast automatically, check. You can right click disable or enable. So now next time I'm gonna boot the PC, it's gonna boot. All right. Okay, on my OS drive you have 4 folders on the desktop. Okay. The first one is apps. Apps. If you go to ROM, you will find all the shortcuts for any application I use for Retrobeast, your driver booster. You just click this one to update your driver. I'm going to show you after. It's in the wheel. All those shortcuts are in the Retrobeast wheel. But if you need also another trick, if you're going to use let's say driver booster often, you boot it and you can right click on the icon and pin to the taskbar. So you shut down, next time you have the shortcut. Or you right click and you can send to desktop. So you don't have to find it all the time. Yes, so in apps you will find the team viewer you need for me to connect your PC to fix some bug. What's CCleaner to clean your PC. So every month you should do the cleaner. So you do the health check, custom clean and registry. Make it better. After you do the custom, it's gonna clean the Chrome, every junk. And you do the registry, scan. When it's finished, fix selected, fix, and you're done. All right. What's useful? So CCleaner is in the app folder, driver booster, and Syncovery is there also, but you can boot it from, if you want to boot Syncovery, you go in the folder and you find syncovery.exe. All right. I just tried to show you some tricks, so if you run some problem, maybe something's gonna be useful that I will explain. So every app is there. Second folder is the wiki. You go to ROM and you have all the information I write about anything, keyboard, wheel, some system, Xbox, Switch, any tips, and maybe some controller. So this is all the information, the general manual and stuff. It's right there. Emulation, if you want to go to the, I don't know, if you want to modify some emulation and try maybe some stuff, I don't know. But all the emulator are there. You don't need to play there, but that's for an advanced user. Extra controller, it's for if you want to plug any other controller than the Xbox. You have the anything about controller that works on the Retrobeast, so it's there. What else I can explain? Okay, and every month if you right click on the left bottom corner, you have to do your window update. All right, so you click on the left bottom corner, you go to setting, you click update, and every month you should check your update, as well as the driver booster and the GPU I'm gonna show you. You check the update. Also, to make you have to make sure you do not have any firewall and malware application. If you really need to have a malware app, you have to give an exception on your, let's say you tell your whatever Norton malware application, you tell him that you don't want him to scan the D, E, O, and P drive, because those application and malware and firewall, sometimes if it runs, it's gonna delete some executable, and your Retrobeast will stop working. So make sure everything is off about security. Okay, like this one, like my OS drive, everything is shut down. Firewall, the three are off, and this is all should be off also. In app and browser, all off, firewall all off, and virus and thread protection should be off. All right. What I do, if you really need to put it on, I don't know for the reason, you have to give an exception. I'm going to show you. Where is? Not this one. I cannot show you. You have to go on your virus and thread and give an exception for all those drives. But anyway, put it off. Put your virus, firewall, everything off. You don't need that to scan all the drive and stuff. All right. You will have more problem to put it on than off. So put everything off, and everything should be okay. Okay, controller, it's easy. You can use the D-pad. Let's talk about controller. You can use the joystick. To enter a game, it's the A button. Enter a wheel. And you choose your game. You want to quit, you press L2 and select, and you go back to the wheel. If you want to go, you want to jump alphabetic, you press L2, L1, R1, L1. It's gonna jump on the wheel. You can go up and down. This is to scroll also. Those one you can scroll. And for your favorite game that you already play on any wheel, you press the X. It will show you the favorite game. All right. So you go back to the complete wheel. So let's say this one's got 78 games. If you press X, it jumps to 7. Because this is the 7th game I play so far, and you go back to the full setup with the X, and quit. This one also used to be the quit button. Okay. Let's start a PC game. I'm going to show you some. So you click on it. Some PC game, they take more time to boot. Sometimes you will have a black screen for a few seconds, maybe a minute sometimes, because they were modded. They all work great. Just some games were boot faster than others. So, yeah, I want to show you PC game, because some PC games, they have graphic setup you can change. Depends if you have a 4K TV, 1080p, All PC games, they are already set. I'm gonna show you a real PC game, a regular AAA PC game. Let's say WRC8. In almost all games, PC game. Okay, that's an example. See, it's not full screen now. That's perfect. To put it full screen, L2 and start. See? And it should remember, sometime the next time you're going to boot it, it's going to be full screen. So the full screen, L2 and start, so it doesn't go back. Sometime you will, oh, okay. So that's the full screen. If for some reason you boot, you're going to boot a PC game, sometime you will have a small window. It will ask you a question like, would you want to keep the video setup or whatever the question. Sometimes you will have a small window pop up. If you need to press OK, you can use the start button instead of the keyboard. All right? Okay, on any PC game, if you go to setting, usually you can change all your he asked me for the your video setup. If you have a 4K TV like mine, you can boost your graphic, so you can have better resolution and stuff like that. Okay, so if you go to option on any game, you go to video, graphic, and you can change like the quality of the image. You can put from low to high, and you can also change the resolution. You can do some tests, so you will have better experience if you boost your resolution and quality. If you boost too high, sometime you will have a frame per second very low, so it's no good. So sometimes it's the sweet spot, like medium and high. All right. So let's talking about resolution. When you buy my system and you first plug and boot everything, to change your desktop and general resolution, you right click on the desktop anywhere and you go to display. Display, you will find the recommended resolution. For me it's 4K, but for your TV it can be changed. So it's your choice. You can choose any 2K, 4K, 180p, 720p, I don't know, but that's no good. Usually you got the recommended setup, and you also add the scale. The scale would change the size of the letters and everything. So too big is not good, too small is not good. You have to find the sweet spot. So double check your display resolution and your scale also. That can be good. If you have an HDR TV, I suggest you can put it on. That's great. That's a lot of color. It's better. I think it's better for me. I really like it. Also, if you right click on the desktop, you have your personalize. This is the color of the window, the theme. You can download extra theme on the internet. You can change your theme, the lock screen, the color, the background. Okay. If you want to remove an icon from the desktop, sorry, the phone is not. You right click and you unpin from the taskbar. So anyone you want to, I'm going to show you, if you want to play a PC game that you play, let's say every day, and you don't want to boot it every time from Hyperspin, it's very easy. PC game are in the E drive and the P drive and the new Q drive, all right? So I'm going to show you the three. See, PC game on the E drive, PC game on the Switch drive. See, you have PC game again, and you have PC game on the Q drive. Let's say I want to play my favorite game, I don't know, Assetto Corsa Competition. You just open it, you right click, and you send to desktop. So you don't need to boot Retrobeast all the time. After that, you just double click your game. That's I don't know, some people. So anything you want to play faster. But sometimes it's better to play via Retrobeast because now the quit function and the game's gonna work with the controller, but what I mean is you will lose your quit option because it's not booting from Retrobeast. See, that's an example. This game worked great, but it takes some time to boot, a few seconds. So to quit a game that doesn't boot from Retrobeast, you can use the escape or the in-game quit function. Another trick is Alt and F4 to quit. That's a force close quit. So force close quit on the keyboard is Alt and F4 together. All right. No. See, that worked. So I remove the icon. What else I can explain? How to update? Oh yeah, NVIDIA. It's in the apps, or you will find an icon on the right corner. NVIDIA GeForce. NVIDIA, I cannot show you, I'm not logged in. Then. Anyway, yeah, you have to shut down the display. You know, every time you boot a PC game or anything on your PC, you will have a pop-up like GeForce Experience overlay display. First, you have to log in. You have to go to Setting. And where is check for display overlay, you put it off. Okay? Because if you put it on and you play PS2 game, it will bug the controller on no reason. But I find the fix that the overlay display from NVIDIA Experience. So make sure you log in because you need to update your GPU, and you check your driver every month, and you turn off overlay display in setting right there. All right. The wiki, the controller, emulator. Let me think, because I just talk about random stuff just to help you about anything. If you run out of any problem, any bug, any freeze, anything weird, sometimes the easy fix is to reboot your PC. So on the left corner, you can click on it, you click power and restart. If everything is freeze, you don't have any solution, you can press the power on the PC, or you click CTRL, Alt and Delete at the same time, and you have an option to shut down your PC. So I click CTRL, Alt and Delete, and if you check there, you can shut down your PC, restart, or shut down. Okay. So I talk about a lot of tips and tricks. Yeah, the Chrome for the internet. You will find a shortcut on the Chrome for my log update if you want to see all the update I did so far. You will find a tutorial how to fix the automatic booting is at the end of the log. Troubleshooting. I got the wiki. Okay, talking about wiki. In the Hyperspin, if you're new to Hyperspin and you have a lot of questions and you don't know how it works, you go, if you manage to boot your Retrobeast, you go to setting and you will have two folders. The update folder, this is the tutorial how to update, the readme, you have the CCleaner to boot every month, you have the driver booster to run every month, your GeForce to run every month, and your system update that you can use every month or every whatever. If you like your Retrobeast and you don't have any bug and you're happy the way it is, you don't have to update it. Okay, it's not an obligation. But if you want, it's there. And you got the wiki. You got all the wiki about resolution fix manual. Will explain some video update about almost anything that's useful for you, about controller. Like if you don't know how to use your Xbox, everything is there. It's a PDF. So you just have to click on it and read. That's also available from the desktop. All right. So update, this is where all the update, driver booster, CCleaner and GeForce and the Retrobeast update. The rest is all information. And for extra stuff, you go on the desktop, extra controller, wiki, and apps. Yeah, so make sure you update your Retrobeast all the time. You read the wiki, you watch the video. If you keep your PC clean and updated, everything should work properly. Okay, something I will show you. If you buy my PC and after a year, let's say after a year, it's good to update the BIOS from your the motherboard. Sometimes it can be that can help. I'm gonna show you. So you press restart on the PC. And you will click F11 on boot. Just rapidly click on it all the time. Now it should be okay. So you click F1. If you have another PC, it can be F2 or sometimes it's delete. You have to press on boot. Yeah, the BIOS takes some time to boot because there is HDD plug in it. If I did close the HDD, it should be faster. Usually it's really fast. So I'm going to explain how to update your BIOS on your motherboard. Come on. Yeah, the only reason it takes time is because there is HDD. If you do that, shut down your PC, close the Aurico, shut it down, power off the Aurico B. It's going to be faster. See, after a while, if you press the F1 on boot, you will have all the drive. You have to go on enter setup with the keyboard. The controller doesn't work. You go down to enter setup. All right. You will go to end flash. All right. But to do that, you need to go to the. I'm gonna show you. You need a USB dongle with the firmware update. I'm gonna show you. Okay. So you go to the internet. You tap the model of the motherboard. It's a B. No, you will tap MSI. The brand MSI B450i BIOS. All right. Usually it will be the first one, the first result. Okay. And you will find the BIOS date and update. Now it's updated to the 22 of December. So that's good. Like almost every year you do a BIOS update. If you want to read how to do it perfectly, you got the manual. But basically what you have to do, it's very easy. You take the last BIO update from the brand B450i Gaming Plus. If it's another BIOS, you will find the name when you boot it. To make sure, you will find the name somewhere on the BIOS. Why doesn't say anything? There is your BIOS, the last BIOS on the main menu. But usually you have the name of the, I don't know why it doesn't show the name of the motherboard. Anyway, see, that's the last BIO update. So you click download. If it's a zip, you unzip it. You put on a root on any USB drive. You plug on the PC the USB drive on the back, on the motherboard. You go to end flash and you will select where is the BIOS. You're gonna click yes, you're gonna choose your BIOS and you wait, it's gonna update. If you have any problem to update, tap the name of your motherboard, go on the site, and it should be a wiki how to do it. Okay? Or just tap on a YouTube video. Some people, they already done that, but they should have a wiki on your motherboard. So if you don't want to do this, don't do it. If you're scared of updating your motherboard, it's not an obligation, but that's good to update. I just give you all the tips and tricks. Oh yeah, and after you update your BIOS, it's good to go to overclock. And there is two things you can overclock. Very easy. You don't need any experience. You click Game Boost, enable, and your memory. You choose Profile 1. Very easy. This is in the overclock, so you choose Game Boost, enable, XMP, Profile 1. It's gonna make sure it's gonna run as fast as it can. because Ryzen like fast and a lot of memory. So, and you save, change, and reboot. That's it. So that's good to double check that you have the boost mode and your RAM is also boost. That will give you a boost for your PC game. So that's it, guys. Hope I help some people. What else I can talk about? Talk about the apps. I talk about almost everything that people need to know. All right, so enjoy your Retrobeast. I'm just thinking about if I miss something I need to talk about. Oh yeah, the Wii bar. If you have the Wii bar, always shut it down, turn it off when you're not using it, because I don't know why, but if you put it on and you use your Xbox controller after for other games, that will bug. Something, the emulator will think that that's the number one you're not gonna use, and you're gonna have problem. So just use the Wii bar if you use the Wii emulator, and after shut it down. So I open my Xbox, and I'm gonna check if the Retrobeast boot automatically, because I play with it. It should boot. It's power on. Oh yeah, if you're not using your PC for a few days, I suggest you, because when you power off your PC, it doesn't shut off the Orico. So it's good if you're not using your PC. Every time you stop playing with the Retrobeast, you power off, because you can feel sometimes it's warm for nothing. It's not a big deal, but it's better to power off. But remember to power on before booting your PC. I'm sure I'm missing something I didn't talk that people need to know. I don't know. I don't remember. So do your update, do everything. If you have any question, I have a Discord to you can ask other buyer. Sometimes other people, they can help you. So if you work together, everything's gonna be the best in the world. That's it, guys. Hope this is gonna help you for some people, and have a great day. Bye.